Today, I'm making flower fairies. Some assembly required. So it's spring, which is really exciting, but it's 28 degrees outside, so there's not a lot growing, and I'm gonna need some flowers. Apparently, nature is not ready with the floral bounty and wants to freeze us for a little bit longer, so I guess it's up to me. So what I'm going to do today is make these cute little flower fairies. I've made them before, but I'm going to make them again because really, why stop? The cool thing about them is that you can customize them. You can make them look like really anything. They can match with whatever floral decor you have. Do you have that? Or whatever colors you like or kinds of flowers that you enjoy. And I think that that's great. So let's gather our supplies. Fake flowers are half off at Michael's, so I got some. You don't need this many, but I wanted to show you sort of the versatility of how you can make these little guys with different kinds of flowers for a different look, and also they're pretty. Sometimes I'll get the floral wire that's wrapped with white or brown, but then today I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I found dark green, this is thinner, and then a lighter green. The lighter green is wrapped with string of some sort. And then this, I think, is just painted. I mean, I can't touch it, but it looks like it's just, coated with some kind of a color. So these are for their arms and legs. So I kind of wanted it to look like they're made of vines. They're kind of made of the flowers rather than they're just like wearing flowers. So I thought green arms and legs might do that. It might not, but it'll be cool. Other things that I have gathered are little pony beads, which help the little skirts stay on a little bit better. Wooden beads. These are size. I don't know. They're not labeled. They're this big. Here's my hand. Here's the beads. I don't know, half an inch? They're about half an inch. So little wooden beads. I think I'm going to paint them just to see what that looks like. Wire cutters and little bendy things to help me with the wire. You could use embroidery floss. I'm going to use this because I don't really know what else to do with it, and I have a bunch, so it's just that cotton string. I will also be using hot glue to put everything together. So now that we've got everything assembled, let's make some fairies. My plan is to make a very simple version of the fairy, and then I'll show you a few different customizations, I guess. You're really only limited by your imagination. They can look all kinds of different ways, but I'll show you a basic one and then some other ideas. Let's get started. It's really easy. The very first thing I'll do is come upstairs where it's warmer and plug in the hot glue gun. I usually forget this part, and it does take forever to heat up. While we're waiting, it's a perfect time to paint the little wood beads. These are going to be fairy heads. I'm sticking the beads on these wooden dowels I have lying around. They'll keep my fingers out of the paint, plus I can just leave them on there to dry. I decided to try 2 green, 2 lilac, and 1 gold. We'll see what turns out best. Now I'll try to make the arms and legs out of this wrapped wire. It is a little thicker than I usually use, but let's give it a try. The wire is about 18 inches long. I'll cut it in half-ish with my wire cutters. Each of these halves will be a set of arms. Bend them in half and pinch that bend together. It's fine if the coating gets a little messed up. We'll be hiding most of this. Now, maybe a ½ inch down from our fold, bend the wires out again to make arms, and loop over those ends to make hands and hide the pokey bits. Now, I'll just move this guy out of the way and make legs and a torso. I'll use a whole piece of wire for this. They can always be trimmed later if they're ridiculously long. But who says fairy proportions are just like ours? First, I'll bend the wire in half and then squeeze the bend together, but it doesn't have to be super tight. It's going to hook right over the neck. You can bend it around a little so the neck can point up. I'll squish it down so it kind of stays, but that's up to you. Then I'll probably make the waist somewhere down here, and don't bend the feet yet. That will come later. This is the flower I want to use for the skirt, so I'll make her shirt with yellow, I think. Just hold the end down and wrap in X's until the arms and legs are secure. Then keep wrapping down until the torso looks how you want. Finally, you just snip the thread, flip it over, and stick the end down with hot glue. Ta-da! She has a body. Hopefully this flower will come apart nicely. Usually you just pull, and then the bits pop apart. Sometimes they're really stuck on there. Yay! I think I'll keep the leafy stuff, but you can just use the flower. Slip the legs through the hole where the stem was, slide the flower all the way up to the waist, and here is where I use the pony beads. I'm going to try to find one with a bigger hole so it's a little bit easier to fit the legs through. I'll slip it over her legs, add a glob of glue where the legs and the flower will meet, and then hold it all in place with the bead. And now that this part is together, I can bend the ends of the legs to make feet. This bead is quite small. It's maybe not going to work for the thicker wire. I do have these 1-inch beads. Let me try to paint a few of those. While they dry, let's make some pink hair. Wrap some more thread around 3 fingers and then tie that loop in the middle. Then we'll need another. There. You can cut both of these loops right opposite the tie for hair that's all one length, but I am going to try to make bangs. So I will cut this side a little bit short and then trim the rest later. The other loop I will cut right in half. Good timing. Here's a dry bead. I'll keep it right on the dowel for more control as I style her hair. Also, maybe I won't glue my fingers. First, I'll glue down the bangs, and then the back, and now the rest of the hair. Now I can trim the back of her hair to the same length. Fabulous. Add glue to the front and back of her neck and slide the head right on. Woohoo! Finally, I'm going to use my Sharpie pen to add some features. You could also leave her face blank, but I'm just going to go for it. Ta-da! A super simple flower fairy. Now I'll make a few more to show you all the customizing options I can think of. As you can see, this is just the beginning. There are so many different ways to customize these. Like, these guys all look different, and they're just from those few flowers that I got the other day. So I feel like you could probably do just about anything. I think you should try. So I personally prefer the thicker wire. This is the 18 gauge that's wrapped. This is fine, but this just feels a little bit more special, but it's up to you. So I hope that you make these because they're really fun and they kind of multiply. They're very cute. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of video, you're not subscribed yet, you can do that right underneath the video and click the all notification bell so you don't miss anything. New videos come out every Saturday. So until the next one, be awesome, and I'll see you then. Bye!